Hello, Scott Marcus here, and I want to touch on something that I think land more in the inspirational side, the life lessons side of things, as opposed to creative side. And that something that I've found through life, and it just rings true more and more and more. And it's something that we need more of more and more and more today, which is the ability to say that you don't know or that you were wrong. And that's not to like admit fault, but you could have an opinion over something and then you get more information, then you realize that, oh no, now I see I didn't understand this aspect of it before. So now I'm going to change my opinion because I've learned more. And that's seen stupidly so much today as a weakness. Oh, that person flip flop. They don't hold on to their convictions. Well, no, they just got smarter and made a better decision. It's so weird today, especially in the world of politics, that if you say something and you say something incorrectly, it's seen as a positive to just bear down and commit yourself to that wrong statement. It was a mistake. And you're allowed to say, oh, I misspoke. What I meant was this. Also, I think it is extraordinarily weak. It's not strong. If you can possibly say that, oh, I don't know this, tell me about it. Well, how confident does that person look? They obviously aren't worried about what you think because you're trying to find out the right answer. My first time on a movie set, it was the movie Tides of War. It was a straight to TV, made for TV movie. Surprisingly, had some strong legs. It played around the world. Actually, saw it last time when I was in Ireland. It was playing on TV there. It was my first couple of days on set, and I don't know I wish I could remember exactly what it was that I did or didn't do, but I made a mistake. And I right away I got onto the walkie-talkie. I was a production assistant and said, "Oh yeah, that was me. I did that. Sorry about that. I'll fix it," or whatever it was. And I had somebody that came kind of rushing over to me, a guy that was kind of a mentor to me. He said, "No, don't admit fault. You're too new. You don't have enough allies. You can't admit fault because they'll just get rid of you." Like, well, I don't know if that's really true because the mistake, whatever it wasn't done out of malice or insubordination, or I was trying to be rebellious. It was because probably something that as a new person on set, I just didn't know yet. So I learned a lesson right there. And chances are people aren't going to chastise you or crucify you, fire you over a simple, innocent mistake. Also, I took pride in not hiding. I don't think that was right to try to just hide from the fact that, oh, I goofed something up that I didn't know how to do. It's an opportunity to learn, of course, but also again, if you can stand there and say that, oh yeah, I did that. I made that mistake. Sorry about that. Won't happen again. You have to have some sort of a confidence in yourself to say that, like, I'm going to survive this moment. Also, I think back to one of my first jobs, another one of my first jobs, I was in news in Chicago, TV channel called CLTV for Chicagoland Television. And there was a reporter there, an anchor by the name of Bill Mahler, who ended up writing the foreword to my previous book. And this guy was so smart. He was smart he was quick on his feet, but just he knew so much inside and out that I always say when there was breaking news and there was that kind of wall to wall coverage, I feel like a lot of anchors were up there like a deer in the headlights because you don't have a lot of information. You just got to keep talking as we're looking at helicopter footage of some unfolding news story, and you don't have anything that you actually know to report, but you can't break away either because what if the big whatever happens when you're at commercial? So the person is just up there to vamp, to fill space. Well, I always loved it when breaking news happened when Bill was in the booth because he just knew so much and could just pontificate and talk. He was a very good storyteller, and it was because he was so smart. He knew so much. Well, something happened that he didn't know about. He was not informed on, and that was when Dale Earnhardt passed away, a NASCAR race driver. He really doesn't know that world very much, and he didn't understand fully why his passing was such a big news story. And I think today, a lot of people would be like, okay, well, I know that's a race car driver, so I can just nod and say yes, that I understand everything and I'll go with it. But instead, he went to people who actually knew. Even though he was a very smart person who knew a lot, he was also so smart that he knew how to say, I don't know. Can you tell me about this so that I can understand better? And again, I just feel like that breeds such an air of confidence that you're not afraid of being judged or looked down on because you don't know something. You're the guy you're the person who's going out and trying to learn. And that person, people like to teach that person. So if you don't know something, there's a lot of power in admitting it. Guess what? Also, you will then learn and then you will know. So there's such a just the benefits of saying I don't know. Please tell me. It's not a weakness, it's such a strength. And I would love to see so much more of that in this world. We had a politician several years ago, and this is never going to be a political channel, who accidentally mentioned what states a hurricane was going to hit. And he mentioned a state that was not in the path. And rather than saying, oh, no, I misspoke, he then produced a map where he had self-drawn a different path of the hurricane, and it made him look like a buffoon. Because he couldn't just admit this simple mistake. We all make mistakes and it's okay. And everybody else appreciates and understands that we're all human and we all make mistakes. But rather than just say, oh, sorry about that, I misspoke, he had to double down on it and it made himself look even worse. To sum it up, the message, the bit of encouragement, the positive message I want to get out there this week is just that it's okay. And it's, in fact, it makes you look stronger and more confident when you can admit that I made a mistake or I don't know something. It's a very simple concept that I would love to see a bit more of in this world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.